Amidst all this T20 World Cup drama that we saw between the PCB, BCB, ICC, BCCI, get set for yet another battle that will take place next month. We have forewarned you in advance. Why? Because in the 100, the league that is kind of trying to establish itself in England, there is going to be a major confrontation. Because there was a report that came. Agha, Shaheen, Usman among 63 Pakistan players to register for 100 2026 auction. Now remember, most of the women players don't register for this 100 auction. Now, 100 auction, what is the big deal that you're talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the 100 also has an IPL presence. And you know, India, Pakistan, IPL, ever since 2009, what has been the status quo? Teams can't pick Pakistan players. So welcome to this new tussle that is going to be played out in the 100 in March, April during the 100 auction. Because which are the teams that have a particular IPL presence? Because media reports are now suggesting all over Britain, be it the Telegraph, be it the BBC, be it several other media outlets, Pakistan cricketers are not being considered by Indian-owned sides for next month's 100 auction. There you have it. The politics, everything is restarting again in a different geographical arena this time around in the United Kingdom. Now, which are the teams that have an IPL presence? There are 4 teams. Manchester Super Giants that are owned by RPSG Group, Sanjeev Goenka. MI London owned by Reliance. Southern Brave that's owned by GMR, Delhi. And Sunrisers Leeds, Sun TV. 4 sides that have a stake in the 100, both the men and the women's team. Pakistan women's team, most will not register for the auction. 63 of the Pakistan men's team are then left with only a couple of them. Looking at how the situation is, one is an American, but it's led by an Indian. How on earth are Pakistan players going to get it? Because if you follow the proper pattern, Pakistan players and their presence in all the T20 leagues, the Big Bash League is owned by the Australians, that is why Pakistan players can play. But can they play in the SA20? Can they play in certain leagues of the ILT20? No, they can't. Because, look at it. The estimate that has been given, the brief that has been given to the owners and the representatives is that only conversations we have had is to pick the 2 best squads to give us the best possible chance of winning the 2 competitions. What is the 2 competitions? The 100 men's, the 100 women's. James Sheridan, who is the deputy chair of the Manchester Super Giants, has said that this is the conversation. But we all know where the conversation is going. Pakistan players can't be picked in those 4 franchisees. Trivia question. Are they picked in the SA20 or in some franchises in the ILT20? No, they aren't. Because look at the IPL presence of the sides in the SA20. 6 sides, 6 IPL teams. Durban Super Giants, RPSG. Pretoria Capitals, Delhi. Sunrisers Eastern Cape, Sun TV. Pal Royals, the Rajasthan consortium is there. Johannesburg Super Kings, under the whole umbrella of the Super Kings umbrella. Texas Super Kings, Johannesburg Super Kings, Joburg Super Kings. MI Cape Town, Reliance. Do we see a Pakistan presence in the SA20? Not really. In certain franchises of the ILT20 as well, UAE ILT20, which are the franchises that have a presence? Abu Dhabi Knight Riders, Dubai Capitals, and MI Emirates. 3 IPL sides. Desert Vipers, that's owned by the US, picked a whole truckload of Pakistani players. Gulf Giants, Sharjah Warriors, all can pick except the IPL-owned franchisees. Now, the problem is, why did this situation come about and why did the IPL come into the 100 in this point? You have to understand that the ECB needed to generate a lot of money in order to ensure it went to the grassroots and in the domestic level. So what did the ECB do last year in 2025? ECB sold its 49% stakes in each of the 800 franchisees in 2025. What did that happen when they diluted their stake in the 100? What was the capital raised? Raised GBP 500 million in private investments. Those private investments would enhance the county system as well as the grassroots level programs. Host counties kept or sold remaining 51%. They were given the choice. 51% the host counties will have. So, for example, Oval, Surrey would have most of the 51% stake. Manchester, that franchise, Lancashire would have most of the franchisee holding at that point in time. So, looking at this current investment that has happened, Pakistan players played last year in the 100. It was Imad Wasim, if I am not mistaken, one of the players who played. But now with the IPL sides coming in, the chances of Pakistan players featuring in the 100 has now gotten squeezed even further. So that is why get set for a new battleground where Pakistan players might not be picked in the 400 franchisees that have an IPL stake. It will get messy. Trust me, it will get messy when the auction happens in March, April. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.